Yeah, so it's happened. So yeah, I was telling about native speakers. So native speaker also make mistakes in grammar because they don't focus on grammar. They just focus. They speak naturally. It's happened with native speaker. Even we know we can speak better than native speaker if we focus on English. In like we study very well grammar as well as pronunciation everything. So we could speak better than native speaker. Even this told me you could speak better than me if you study perfectly. So it's happened. Even I have listened some native speaker, they make mistakes. Even I was listening, like one of the good person. He's a very famous all over the world. He's a writer, English writer, or he's from like a USA. But still he made mistake while making conversation or delivering the speech over there. So I watched in YouTube and in somewhere. So it's common for to make mistakes. We don't need to worry about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we learn from our mistake. We should do it. We should commit it for learn.
Yeah, definitely. Mostly beginner when before when I didn't started when I was a beginner, I was thinking that if I make mistake, what people will think about me. Even if I'm a
Correct.
teacher, if I will make mistake, our student will watch my videos and the things they will think my teacher is making mistake. So it's happened. We think like but it's
There are
all
human
happened
beings.
with everybody. It's happened with everybody. Even some teacher, they are very good at English, they are very good at a grammar, but they can't speak. Why? Because they never try to speak. But if they start to speaking, they will make mistake because our brain is not working like the same thing. While for example we are going to deliver some speech, but in brain we have a thought, but in mouth it takes time. So even we don't want to make mistake, but it happens automatically.
Exactly. It's happened.
Yeah.
And I think that we should just keep speaking for getting fluent in English, for becoming fluent in English. Because when we make mistakes, so we learn where we made mistakes. If we will not speak, so how will we know that where we are lacking, where we are making mistakes, right?
Yeah, the best way to learn English, make practice, practice, only practice. If you are, if you're, if you get feedback, that means your feedback is not good. Practice. If you are getting good feedback like appreciation, so still you have to work. The practice is the most important thing, or it is, all about speaking, giving your, a stress to muscle, or the things how to produce sound,
Or
making familiar.
one thing, like I have watched lots of videos related pronunciation. They only focus only pronunciation. They don't speak at all. So I feel very monotonous. I feel very bored because just only focusing only one except like except what we call. So we can just focus on speaking. If we are just focusing only grammar, if we are just focusing on pronunciation, not focusing on speaking, so we will not get, we can't become fluent in English, right?
Yeah, pronunciation is a like a part or maybe branch of speaking. There is a lot of the things we have to do, like reading, writing, speaking, or listening is the fundamental. A part of fundamental, we have to do a lot of things. Like when we talk about like phonics in India, mostly teachers they don't know the phonics. Phonics mean the that how to pronounce the word the in a best way. For example, when I'm going to take you one example. There is a two word, sit, sit, and second one seat. How to pronounce those words? So sit, sit is a like that. It is a short sound, sit, and second one is sit. In Hindi, when we talk in Hindi, so first one is dirgahi, second one is, sorry, first one is harsa, second one is dirgahi. Sit, short sound, second one is sit. So mostly mostly students or mostly people from India, they make mistake. They make same sound in both word, but we
Yes.
have to make different sound because both are the different word. So it's happened. So that's why we also focus on phonics. Mostly mostly it is a for child. In you can say in CBSE school, phonics has been taught for childrens how to make sound. So but still we are child for English. We are not like a great person even, so we have to focus on phonics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and intonation also, intonation, phonics, lot of the things we have to do. Then our English is going, will be better.
But from childhood we can learn, because it we have time in our childhood. But if we are just young and adult, so if we will give the time, so we don't have that much time for focusing on these things. But we can focus, we can recognize, and like in this way we can incorporate.
Yes, sure. Mostly nowadays when I talk with the people from all over the world, maybe 50 or 70, maybe 90 plus countries people I have talked till now last 6 months. Because I mentioned in my hobby, I like to make conversation from people from all over the world, not from India only. So so I like to talk with the people from all over the world. So mostly people they don't study English. Like, for example, we focus on everything like you listening, reading, speaking, writing, pronunciation, everything. But mostly people they focus on just talking and making conversation. What they are talking, gradually they are improving, but it takes time. But when we focus on all areas, then we could improve our English within a few months. For example, we can just rely that I could talk to any native speakers. Only I like when I listen any unfamiliar word. When I talk to any native speaker, like mostly when I talk to British guys, British people, English, original English is British English. We Indian, we use British English.
The
So,
accent is really hard to understand as well, right?
yeah, British sound or pronunciation is, actually accent. British accent is, quite difficult or quite unfamiliar for us, because mostly we consume American accent. When we watch any videos on internet, mostly it's 70% videos, like produced in America, USA. So if you want to watch British accent or the things, then you have to search over there, then you can find British accent or British things. So we are unfamiliar to British accent. So it's happened when I talk to British people, really I have focused more, on what they are talking about, what the sound they are making, what does it mean. So it's happened. But when I talk to American guys, so it is like family a little bit. So yeah, accent is also important. In India, when we talk to Indians guys or like any person from India, so it is very simple. We are using the same accent, Indian accent. But when we talk to people from like those countries, so accent is also necessary. We are not
Yeah.
familiar to that accent.
I'm, I agree with, I disagree with it, because pronunciation important. If you pronounce the word correctly, so it would be like you can speak worldwide. There will be no problem. But the thing is that our Indian accent is also good, but only focus on pronunciation.
Yeah, it's also good, when we talk about the pronunciation. So pronunciation is the best way. Accent is a things, if you know well pronunciation, pronunciation means, IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. When we talk about in Indian guys, we learn English through Hindi to English, we translate everything. So that is the disadvantage. When we talk about,
Hmm.
American people or, people from US, UK, they don't know Hindi. They focus on IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. Alphabet means, the sound. We have to learn how to produce sound. There is 44 sound. In English alphabet, there is 44 sound and later is 26. When you prefer any, English to English dictionary, or dictionary from, like Oxford Dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary, then you can find pronunciation has been written in English word, or you can find some letter, that letter or you haven't seen earlier. So that is the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. So it is necessary if you want to make normal, like a sound or pronunciation.
Exactly, you're right. But we
Yeah.
forward was that if we find like Most of the people don't focus on English to English. Like whatever we are searching the word, the meaning, so we should go only English. In this way we can incorporate, we can immerse ourselves in English. But when we say the see the meaning English to like Hindi, like for example there is a word accomplish. Accomplish means pura karna, complete karna, like, so we go to a Hindi word, we don't go to English to English, right?
No, no, yeah, but we have to prefer, like, some dictionary I can tell you, like Oxford Dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary. You can download on, Play Store. It is a free of cost. So you can find
Hmm.
meaning in English. For example, when we talk about happy, what does means happy? So that, like, you can find the, sentence or meaning has been written in English. When you feel joyful like that, so you could understand what does means happy. So
Yes.
always we have to understand the meaning in English. If you don't know happy, but still we can make, understandable to the people. For example, if I want to say, if I want to say something to anybody, like I'm going to tell about the key, and I don't know the word of key, then I can say some, a small thing that used to open the door. So the same thing I can say, and other people will understand. Yeah, I'm talking about the key. I forget the key, something like that. So when we use, but we don't know the meaning, and also then how you can make understandable to other people. So that's why English to English dictionary is helpful. We should change, everything in English. It will be uncomfortable for sometimes, but it will be beneficial. Even we have
If
to think in English.
yeah, if we know some words and you are comfortable with the conversation and you can express yourself, so you should go to English to English.
Yeah, definitely. English. Ultimately, we have to uncomfortable. We have to be uncomfortable, because we are comfortable in our native language. Whenever we are speaking, we speak, and even when I make to any beginner, they mostly means, they try to speak in English, but in between conversation, they use some word in Hindi because they become familiar in their native language. So it's happened for, beginner.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
So I want to know that how do you improve your pronunciation? What are the practice you do?
I I listen to, like native speakers. I subscribe some YouTube channels where I am used to listening native speakers, and also I used to I am listening to like native, like audiobooks,
You
and
use
sometimes podcast, and sometimes I like to watch
hello?
short videos. Yeah,
Am I audible?
yeah, you're audible.
I was saying that you used to listen native speakers, but not now. You don't listen, not
No,
now.
I said no, no. I said I am used to listening.
Used to listening mean that you used to do in your past.
No, no. Listen, I understood what are you talking about. I used to listen to native speaker. That means it was my past habit. When I say I am used to listening, that means it is my present habit. So maybe if I said I used, that is wrong. So I am used to listening to native speakers, or the conversation based on native speaker or podcast.
So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, yeah, it's happened sometimes. Even we try to say something, but it's become habitual. So
And we
we
learn
make,
each other as well, right?
yeah. So it's the best way and for pronunciation, because already, I earlier I was using dictionary to improve my pronunciation. But I think, in dictionary I could find only random topic. For example, when I read any random books, first I use pencil, and while reading I underline those words I don't know the meaning of that words, and then I open my dictionary and see the meaning or pronunciation as well. So it is the best way when we read book. But while reading books we find any random words. But if you want to listen the basic conversation, mostly usage words, then we have to switch on listening only, because when we listen to any native speaker conversational video or podcast, so we listen a lot of words which is really useful for daily conversation, so
Hmm.
it is also good.
May I ask you one thing that would you like to recommend some native speaker YouTube channel so that we can also, I can
Yeah,
also listen?
I have some native speaker channels. They are, yeah, they are from British or UK. So I will send you, channel links.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And if you are really going to learn or improve pronunciation, you have to focus on British. Otherwise, American is also good, because American is also going to be familiar for everybody in
Like
India.
that I accepted, I admitted it that for in listening, for understanding native speaker, we should know accents. We should comprehend accents so that we can understand them, right? Easily.
Yeah.
It is very important. What I think, whatever we speak, we are fine, right? And we just don't make any pronunciation mistake, but we should listen more so that we can understand them in their accent.
Yeah, definitely. We have to, we have to make our ear to comfortable to listen those accents. For example, we if we are from India and we are not going to abroad like UK and US, but if you want to go, for example, I have a one friend. One friend, he is from India, but he have shifted in Sri Lanka, and right now he have got a scholarship from UK, and now right now he is a study in UK, some university, I forget the name of that university. So he told me that the importance of like accent is really important if you are going abroad like UK US for a study purpose, because everybody talking on that accent, or you are taking time to understand what they are talking about. So it will be like you are what like once you are different person, you are taking
Just
time to understanding the things.
them, right? For
Yeah,
understanding them, we have to listen more them.
yeah, listen more, then we have to be comfortable, and gradually we improve our pronunciation as well as accent too.
So
So
one thing
accent
of
is also important.
are they get difficulties? Are they get difficulty while listening you in your like in your accent?
Yes, sometimes it's happened when I talk to any my friend from USA. Sometime, but not every time. Sometimes they could, didn't understand what did I tell. So they ask me, sorry, I didn't get it. Could you repeat? So even I'm doubting myself that, I did any kind of mistake. No, but still they didn't understand that I realized that, due to the accent, because I try to make, good sound, good pronunciation, but still they didn't understand the reason behind. They are not familiar in my accent. So it's
Exactly.
happened.
Ultimately, we have to just learn accent, right? Ultimately, the option
Yeah,
comes that just learn for understanding them, for like they can understand us as well, right? We have
yeah,
to understand, learn accent.
yeah, definitely. Indian, when we talk about native speakers, so they speak only one language, that is English. Even we Indian are more smarter than like person from US, UK, because we are native more than one or two language. Because since childhood every Indians they know more than two or three language. For example, I am from Jharkhand, so I know my native language, I know Sanskrit, Urdu as well, and yeah, Urdu, Sanskrit, and Hindi. So I know three languages since childhood.
You know three language: Urdu, Hindi, or English, right?
Sanskrit,
Great. Okay. Urdu, Sanskrit, and
Hindi,
English.
Hindi.
Okay. And the fourth one.
Yeah, fourth one is English. I'm learning right now, and also I'm learning Spanish. And very in I have I'm not like a consistent, but I will start a Spanish from Jan 2025. I have created the schedule that in this year I have to be very good at English. and from next year I will switch on a Spanish. And I have, I already mentioned in, my hobby to learn languages. I have one friend. Actually, he's not my friend. Actually, he's from India, and but he's not friend. But we have met somewhere on social media. So he knows 15 languages. So that time I did ask, how did you learn 15 languages? Even I'm struggling to learn only one language. So he said, he's working for company. He have to travel all over the world in each country for promoting the product like that. So I said, really, you are imagine, like a very strange person. And he said me, they have one friend, so they know 25 plus languages. So no, it's happened when we visit countries to countries, and when we spend some time on that countries. There is a two way to learn language. First one is, if you really want to learn language, first visit the speaking, a speaking country. A speaking, that means uh, that language a speaking country. For example, if you want to learn English very well, we have to visit to UK, US, and we can learn English very well, because we will live surrounding English environment. Everybody will speak English, even we don't have option to speak our native language. Ultimately, even if we speak broken English, still we have to we have to speak. So the things we can develop our, language very soon. As a second thing, we have to go through the long journey.
About, so we learn English, and if there is a compulsion, so we ultimately we have to learn that language, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, mostly it's happen, when we talk to any person. Maybe if in your neighbor anybody, they are learning the same language English, and you make conversation, you can make conversation only for 2 3 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and ultimately we switch on your native language, start to talking in native language again. So it's happened. So but when we talk when when we meet to the people from, the people, they don't know your language, even you don't know his her language, then there is only option. Even both person, they don't know very well English, but still there is no option. You have to talk in English only.
Exactly, you're right.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you. Delighted to talk you. There was lots of things I didn't know, and from you, I learned lots of things.
Yeah, yeah, really. And also I learned a lot of the things from you. So really it was a wonderful conversation. So have a nice day. Bye. See you soon.
Bye. Bye.